For next week, welcome back, Mr. Chirisa Western. Chirisa, what it do?
What it do? Welcome back, Uncle King Candizo. We just out him that on.
Parise pa West End.
Pa West End, same old. It's just any other day.
One interaction na King Charles muna akutovhura podcast. Maakutovhurisa King Charles podcast.
I told you that's that's my guy. What equipment do you?
Yeah, that I think your center stage is doing too much.
It's doing a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, even when I was buy Zira edit.
Yeah.
But welcome back, Mr. Chirisa. Just quickly going through last week. Big shout out my coffees. Mama Chirisa came through.
Yes.
Mama Chirisa came through with some coffees, dead. And I need to pull up a message because she did write a message. Yeah. Anzi Trukuzhiwona, I like the new setup. We are now guaranteed an episode a week. Makorokoto King ne award. Shout out to Mama.
That's what we like. That's nice.
PT bought 3 plates. Isadza.
3 plates.
Big shout out to PT. There's no message, it's just 3. Ndovanu 2. Wakatenga makofi.
I don't know, man.
But the statistics tell us the episode has 13,000 and
I don't know, man.
My ghost viewers,
I don't know. My boats, is it? What's going on? I don't know, man. What's going on here? I'm a little puzzled.
This was some gifts for the mandem.
Okay.
So we received these gifts from Rungano. One of these is yours. One of these is mine. This is paper pieces. See if I can pop one of these open. Right. Jewelry, mudara.
Jewelry cost. Check balance.
Paper Pieces Jewelry is Zimbabwean sustainable jewelry brand that celebrates the use of life through infusing color into each piece while committing to sustainability. Since 2018, we've blossomed into a business that creatively and responsibly manages waste through upcycling paper and empowering women to handcraft jewelry. Please keep away from children and away from water and sharp objects. So this is for Mukudze. So you can see, you can call them on +263 772 602 331, or you can find them on Instagram and on WhatsApp at Paper Pieces. And this one is yours, Mr. Chirisa.
Oh, we love gifts. Thank you, guys.
That one's a Munashe.
Would you look at that?
Paper Pieces. It's incredible. You can look them up. They make incredible my earring, my decals, my necklaces, mete, all that. This is incredible.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I've been looking to tap into the more Afrocentric side of stuff. Just a little bit of eccentric stuff. That looks pretty cool. Shout out to you guys. We big up the sustainability, and can't wait to collect my goods.
So I want to I don't know how I haven't done this already, but I want to give a big shout out to Top Class Auto Body. They niced my car. My car looked like a car before.
I seen that,
bro.
It looked cold. They did that wrapping. They
did the whole wrap. And they painted the roof. And then they did the wheels. Shout out, do you know? And also shout out to Nigel because he's the one who put me on. They did something nice to his car, and then I was like, "Yo, who did that?" So I took my car, and they were just like, "No, leave it to us." What do you want? What do you want done? I had an idea of a color. They were like, "You know what? Come back." I think so much we complain about Zimbabwean companies in terms of
service delivery,
customer service. Bro. Inini moto yangu was sorted in the times that I was told. Ndakaudzwa kuti siya nhasi musi Friday mfana ami woya utora moto yako, and It was incredible, bro. It was
It looked
it was
sick. I'm not
really,
gonna lie.
really
It
nice.
it 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 it, it looked pretty dope.
Yeah, so if you're looking to spice up your car, make it look different, even yeah, the detailing, spray, like bro,
Indine bara rangu randoda kuti
muda kuita
ripipwe up.
pimp my butter.
Pimp my wheelbarrow.
We're moving.
44.
44 mdara.
Zvoti
44 mdara.
dare my US presidents dai tiri Barack Obama.
Titori Duza. Big shout out to the people that said no. The difference between propaganda and Black and Forth is propaganda is more like a small house. Kunoita kunge kunosparka static, but it's more like a small house. Black and Forth is the main house. And I was like, shout out to
Yeah, shout out
that.
to you guys, man.
Shout out
Yeah.
to that comparison, man.
Akuno kune unzenza. I won't lie. Kune
Yeah.
yes.
So
Yeah.
so so and which I immediately got. So another, everyone was commenting also on the story, Mr. Chirisa. Kanya and the tunya tuno beti.
Papa. El Papito.
Yeah.
Guys,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
profited, bro. Like I
Yeah.
profited
Nah,
hard.
but yeah.
And the thing is, right, we spoke about this in an episode before. I
Yeah.
remember we were reflecting on people's feedback on the stories, and I said, guys, it may seem like dinenyads and but I wish you guys understood
Yeah.
how genuine and for the most part accurate much of
Most
these stories
most of
are.
the stories are.
You know what I mean? You'd be surprised. But it's good.
But
But
yeah,
but we'll get into the rest of it.
into
But
the again, you have to
but
wait.
eh,
You have to wait. We have to wait. You have to wait.
because I
We'll
know
get
some
there.
of you you're just
Yeah,
coming
those
for the
are
episode. Just like,
where's
y'all
the
got
rest of that? Where's the rest of
yeah,
our story?
hey, y'all got more of them tails, dog.
I can imagine.
No. Don't worry. It's coming through. It's coming through. But speaking of Kuporofita,
Yeah.
it seems there was an element of Moromo Blake and Fota Wirepasi again.
My profita. Kwangune Cup Clash this weekend.
Cup Clash Ndara. I didn't watch the thing, but I managed to catch a few snippets of it and some sound bites of what no. I don't know how genuine and true they were. But did you watch it? Did you catch
I did.
anything?
I did because I was very curious. I was very, very
Okay.
curious. And I honestly think I was just as disappointed as everyone else, because how that whole thing was built was to be this exciting thing that was going to be. And I mean, to be honest, I get it. I think we joined for the wrong reasons. Taka joined for the drama. For the drama.
Of course.
But it
Yeah.
seems the man of God had a lesson behind it. And apparently the lesson was something to do with how, people put too much faith in my prophets, but no prophet can claim to see everything. Same as my prophets auya atadza kuona kuti muhomwe mune chichi. Saka people should take whatever they hear from prophets with a pinch of salt, because vanhu vari kuvenganisa hama. There was a whole lesson, but vanhu vada kuona vanhu vachiwina mita. To be honest,
That is so
it was so
anticlimactic.
anti. It was so vanhu vanga vavinga drama. And I mean, when you really think about it, honestly, I think that's the best possible outcome. What happened was actually the best. If some drama had happened, our worst fears would have been confirmed. I think what happened was, for the sake of religion, I think what happened was good.
And
I
then
think yeah.
and then at the end of the service, people still filed in line and gave their offerings.
I mean, to settle this matter, we brought in our resident, our
Resident
papa,
pastor.
our resident papa. We want to hear
Yes.
his views.
Of course.
No. It's
No.
we cannot pause it. Let's hear what
from the people on the ground.
Our local fake prophet, Mr. Martino, please,
Local
please,
correspondent.
our local correspondent, please, please.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Greetings, greetings.
Did you say, Baba? Did you say, Baba?
Man said shalom.
Man said shalom, Baba.
Shalom, shalom.
Man said shalom, you know.
Murida say on the ground, Amana.
Exciting,
What's
exciting
happening?
times we live in, bro. Just we're living in exciting times because there's a lot of times when I'm reading the Bible, right? And I see stuff that happened in the Bible. And I'm like, we missed out, man. Yeah? Elijah akambodetsa maprofetsi chichi amana data tiripo takaona masina mwari akati don't worry
Don't worry, ndokusatai. Can you version?
For your time.
and I'm so very, very interesting times we're living in, man.
But inini ndakatozoona ndichiona service yaya kuti inini pfungwa dzangu I think dzatiyambukei. Because vanhu varitori mukati memasemoni indaitoona venyu. Ndaitoona venyu.
What's the capacity in this place?
Ndaitoona kuti pangada nguva yakaita sei kuti
How long will I need to feel this?
Akazona rimwe gore tazadza atentaenda
kandoranga achifunga kuti traffic management yavo panzapo kana pakazara yakamira sei.
because Borodeo road yakaloka kamusi musi waitwa shutdown yepropaganda
aya vakati
waitocheka stage waitocheka stage
kuti ndoda ku but speaking of
panokwana mapyrotechnics kapa
zvida kuextendwa kandinonyaswedera padhuze navanhu.
Speaking of shows, Mr. Mari, you just announced, well, not just announced, you've been talking about this.
You've been talking about
stories I've never told. Last week, makatotaura kuti mawedzera zvimaseeds kupeth kwangwapera. What's the status? What's the first show? Matickets akamira sei? Muri kufamba mubva uku muchienda kupi?
Right. Yes. So this is the first time I'm going to let the public know that again, tour yangu which happens to be my second tour, was actually named by Kandora. He came up with the branding.
Information here is necessary. Let me give context. Let me give context. Let me give context. So Nigel came to me, and with a list of names, Baba Toy H2E, I'm thinking of calling it, I think one of the most prominent names, which it almost was called, was All in One 2. Even you were saying, I know there is none, but I want to focus on the But the biggest
with the material.
misgiving with that name was we all felt like it would seem like material would be similar to what was, which I knew
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
was not correct. The
Mm-hmm.
stories in this second show is stories that you've only shared at this point with your close friends. Stories
Right.
that you actually haven't shared as jokes. Stories that
Right.
nenhamo, you know, ndakatiza kuDubai, ndakazombokwereta apo, ndakazomboningirana, and so Munashe, even without, because I'm saying all this to say muri pa credit here, even uri kunzwa zvatiri kutaura izvi, why would it not be called stories I've never told?
No, okay. Okay. In all fairness, Kandoro makes a very good point in the sense that, yeah, it's just a matter of perspective.
Yeah.
It's very if you just take a step back, you'll be able to see
Exactly.
type stuff.
But problem has been as on. I think the problem that generally we have art is interpretation, the perspective.
Yeah.
There are so many ways of looking at something.
Oh yeah.
So especially when it comes to branding and being able to put it in a very short sentence or in one word. So I think we should just clap for you, man.
I honestly think, like, honestly, I honestly think in another life, I would have been someone anoshanda who, like, an advertising agency, because like that's one of my favorite things to knit. And honestly, in this life, it's more of a headache than a blessing, because the amount of time that I spend on things that somebody will be like, yeah, that's dope, but okay, like in India, you know, abandazo, even like thumbnail, propaganda, chayo. Even thumbnail propaganda, ndechita kuti unoziva kabhasko raka karufana ku,
No,
like
but
even the name here, Black and Forth, EOE, like is, certain things like that. But I'm always happy when it works out, man.
Right. Yeah.
No, I hear what you mean. I totally hear what you mean. Because sometimes it feels like people don't like. For example, if you look at Roz, the title of the episodes.
Yeah.
If you ask me what's my favorite thing about that show, I would say it's the title of the episodes. Right. No one has mentioned that. So it's like when no one's even seen the correlation well.
Yeah, so that's why we take time to give credit.
No. Especially when I notice, you gotta give credit to
that. So that nobody out there thinks it was King. So basically the idea is he was like no, and also the fact that I have a book coming out. Well, it's out. I'm officially launching this Friday.
Nice.
Nice.
Yes, but initially I didn't want to have a launch because I didn't want the headache of plan an event. But
Nyanduri and that.
Wanyora book and you don't want the headache of launching the book.
No, book guys. Go and buy it. But yeah, it turns out we are having an event, but it's a private thing.
That's good, man. Yeah.
Don't take some tickets a book launch, you also take some tickets a show.
Things are book.
How greedy.
So part of what King said was, look, instead of you then trying to separately promote the book, when you do your shows, when you tell your jokes, when you share these stories, you can also refer to some stories that are in the book and be like, I mentioned this in the book, so it solved a very huge puzzle for me. And when we announced the show, what drove me to announce, I think the last country I traveled to last year was Australia.
Okay.
And I loved it. I was there for a few days, and I loved it so much. The people were so nice, so warm and friendly. But Nijo, you must come back. So I made a decision. I said, okay, next step under tour, I need to start with Australia. So Perth, that's why I performed. So I announced the show in Melbourne, Sydney, and initially planning I'm going to get was to do Sydney and Perth, because my understanding of Australia and Africa was those are the two major locations, Sydney and Perth. In my mind, that was Joburg and Cape Town. Though that was my reasoning. What I do Joburg, do Cape Town. So if you're going to Australia, you do my shows. Then someone was like, go Melbourne, Melbourne. Those I say, in our business, there's always that one guy in Ukraine. And like, I said, so, but then another man requested Melbourne, Arkwand. And I got, okay. So, and there's only one way to find out. And I just want to announce that, so we now have Melbourne, Sydney, and Perth.
Boom, boom.
Two of my tickets, I don't take as I don't buy encouragement. But Perth tickets got sold out first. I think maybe within like 4 weeks from the time we announced. My tickets are Perth have had to pay. Melbourne catching up, and I was getting a lot of pressure now. Brisbane. Now let me take you back to Pfungwa Zangu frame of mind yangu this is South Africa. I felt like munhu ari kuti koRandburg matisire or munhu ari kuti tiri kuJamestown Park or something like that, you get it? Until down pressure iri kuwanda, until somebody actually communicated to me kuti anokonachi vane kuBrisbane vakutozitora a bit personal zvamuri kuita, because it seems kuti panoitika maevents akawanda ekuzimu, people don't even consider, and they're like, but this is not something we love you, we're there in your comment section, we share your videos, we enjoy your art, and we're waiting kuti hatina mari. Saka pandikatoona zvinenge zvatopesina ndikati alright,
vanhu vakati muri hatina mari,
totsvaka venue tega, iwo just give us a date. So I then played around with the days and I know that okay, there's a Friday yanga isina chinhu, and ndati 11 baba matickets ekuBrisbane ngaatanga kutengwa, ndikati mamhepo kanga andibata unongozomweya
shavire nzara.
So overall, Australia, which is the first leg of the tour, I don't know what happened there, but can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Even clearer, I might say.
Oh, okay. So I think so. Overall, the response and the reception on Australia has been very positive. So as a power. So tickets are Perth were to add a few extra tickets, which I think are almost halfway gone now. Then from there to South Africa. Then we do one here, which I originally the idea didn't do one in Fanotanga, one wondi. But we had to do what we had to do, and then the UK edition kunana June, and then Tombo Zorore, then August we start States, Poland, Dubai, etc. But yeah, it's looking promising.
Samurufa nemari ka baba.
Ndotofunga ka about it zvone. Brisbane, Melbourne.
Nama wangu wariona here. amenoti musi wacho wakariona here kana kuti wakabva watodisappear musi wacho. Haiwa zvawaakuda kuita hazvisiri izvo man. Zvawaakuda kuita
so what happened? What happened was Tinashe ndakamuona, but you remember no time yandairwadza mazino. So
oh my god, that's brilliant.
So no time yandairwadza
fair play.
Now, but congrats to you.
Wow.
Man. Congrats to you.
Wow.
You know, like we said from the onset, really, when the nomination for some reason, nominate, right? But Like I don't know. Won't a mistake. Won't touch.
I'm gonna submit. I don't know. It's just I don't know.
Something just happens on.
Something.
Vanhu vozosara wopa tweet vatikandoroka celebrate.
Yeah. Ngangoti yango controversy zvatopera it's done. Nah, but
all that time I'll just be quiet. I'll just be quiet.
no.
Because
But the good thing is. The good thing is the tour that you're gearing up to get into right now, guy. It looks like it's gonna be a mess. Yeah. Because even you know why I say that, right? What gave me a slight insight on what the nature of the tour is going to be. Of course, title actually stories I've never told before, but. Kanyake ba DJ ola ke go Dubai, bro. Give my phone shop. Blood. Bro. Ah, yo.
just from how, even like when you look at the poster. No, the poster. Shout out to Andy. Andy Ndiaga.
Yes, in the end it is. Yeah.
Shout out to want to give a big shout out to Nigel's designer, who I ended up stealing, is now also my designer. That guy creates a poster. You look at the poster and you're like, no. And it was there.
Yeah. It's striking.
No.
Proper striking.
Anogadzira poster rekuti iwo unotanga kutongocha munzwa. No, it's not that serious. Like, oh, calm down. Like,
come on, bro.
Like, hey, do it.
Bro, I need. As a performer unoona poster what no zvandandichironga kuita zvakufana kuve nani.
Unonga kutofunga wega kuti ya false advertisement guy.
Bro, exactly. And I really want to give a big shout out. We're going to include these details. These are people that rarely get credit for
get the shine. Yeah, absolutely.
Timre behind the scenes. Shout out to your to the guy that did the posters, the whole concept. Yeah, you know,
well.
You know, big shout out to started the photographer. Anonzani.
Vigorous aesthetic.
Okay.
Vigorous aesthetic. Yes. Yeah, the photographer. I'm sure I'm saying
man, photographer.
Yeah, that's my guy.
So when is the book coming out? Before we let you go, when is the book coming out?
Right.
How much is it being sold for? Where can people find it?
Right. So the book is coming out officially on Friday the 14th, and Doparuja is the official launch. From there, it's going to be available per order, like on delivery. You can just order. There's a link that we're going to put out. We're trying to move away from although we're gonna have a few points that will announce it, where people can just walk in and get my hard copies. But what we're trying to push for is people can just order, put your address, and it's delivered to you. So it's going to be going for $20. But I really do believe that it's that book. It's not a memoir. So for people who might read, they're expecting to hear like my whole history and stuff like that. But it's got very significant aspects of my life that I share in there, and lessons that I've drawn, with the hope that somebody who reads it kind of gets, because they ask you to control what makes you tick, like, Dad, why do you keep pushing? We all see you pushing, and you see, when you read that book, it becomes clear to you why I do things the way I do, why we sometimes believe, even when we're facing thick darkness, push up to this point. So I do certainly believe that it's going to be a great inspiration and a blessing. So more information, people can just go over to my website, the Opanenya book, the new series that I'm doing, and the whole tour dates and stuff like that. It's the sleekpastor.com. Yeah.
Nice.
Are you going to hit us with an audiobook version of it? Because that would slap,
right?
Like you actually narrating some of them stories. Oh, you could, because Because
Like
what's it
4
called?
hours of
Pa,
reading,
uh,
but
no,
Asi
serious.
ndenzvizorutengesa sei.
Pa Amazon, pa
Yeah, na
Apple Read,
Audible and what.
Amazon, Apple Reads, Audio Mag. There's a whole platform once you. Yeah.
otherwise
Hey,
there's some advert. There's some
Children,
advert. Pakati chapter 1 chapter 2 ndo adati this book is brought to you by Nyaradzo Ramukuru.
Yeah, that's the
But
no,
that's the only way, man.
100%. Yeah. It's an option. It's an option. That's beautiful, man.
It's not
Yeah,
play.
quite right.
It's not
Try
play.
to take it
thank you so
all.
much,
Take
guys.
it
Thank
all.
you so much for having me, man. I'm excited.
No, shout out to
Eh,
you. But
I
Always
was
a
just
pleasure.
hoping one day. I was just hoping one day to get an email from Growth Point Studios to say, the Black and Forth guys are officially inviting you. Visa now, and my air tickets in I cannot. When are you free to fly?
nah,
Then you come up with this idea.
I also want you to know that Growth Point is based in Zimbabwe. Chatingatokupa imari yekona. Chokudzati kosvikai kapasera.
Mungatoti Munashe and Kandoro are in Zimbabwe. They are inviting
No,
you.
Safari. Ye combi at large.
andiri
No, let me go. You know, I'm Sudaku show yenye sendiripo bara.
aiwa tanzingatokubvumidza kukudzinga chinoiti chinodzimika ka.
Mustudio awuzodze munhu kuti karamba network
pane bangonzi hey
network we lost him connection yadropa.
Nah, but shout out to you, Baba. All the best with the tour, all the best with the book.
Thank you so much.
And also big up on the chosen one, man. Hey.
Blessings. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about the chosen one. The chosen one.
Kandoro named it as well.
Nah. You're going to start going to play. That's my kind of thing.
No.
No,
It's a good name.
Let me tell you.
It's a good name.
Let me tell you something about the chosen one. The chosen one.
To be deciphering the prophet or deciphering
the chosen one made. I remember watching the first episode right up until maybe Pakati. It made me feel like, you know how everyone felt vakaenda kuchechi kwa Makandiwa vachiti nasi. Olanga ariko kakuchechi kwa Makandiwa. Akati we are lives to munhu wese akaenda kuchechi because I think the chosen one is the most different from all your products, right? In your career, right up until
yes.
In everything that you've done at this point, Bamni Joe, Crossroads, all these things, we've always had offshoots of, no matter how serious the situation is, humor was always there, right? Andina kuzviprima mumind mangu, and it was even more impressive now when I sat down and I realized, Kuti, you've made a departure from these are serious issues being discussed and brought to you by somebody that we know primarily from comedy, but even from and ndakatozoona kuti inini ndini ndakatokanganisika because everyone in the comments immediately understood what was happening. inini ndini ndaitoona ndichitoti saka character yakazhangandira iri kubva kupi ane dzungu ane drama riri kubva papi ava, and then ndikuona nditoona kuti aiwa ndiri kutodzidziswa ka kwenini hazvo ndavinga panapa ka. But no, I say that to say I say that to say shout out to you for challenging your own creativity in terms of like always striving to do something different, because as creatives panika temptation ke kuti mazi izvi ndo zvandozikanwa nazvo izvi ndo zvandozikana nazvo izvi. Why I guess also it's not really that huge of a departure because comedy wakazotanga kuita zvako, but zveshuwa agenda yako yanga iri kutendetsa vanhu. Agenda yako yekutanga yanga iri kutendetsa vanhu.
actually ndakutanga kuburitsa demo rangu manje mchana mukuza yamaitaura mumwe episode yamaiti koma profeta yangu swa uchechi right
Exactly.
vanhu manje
And now that you found out.
welcome to my YouTube channel.
Yeah, go.
Imagine stories I've never told. Stories I've never told. Van vari kuBrisbane vapinda muhope vanzi, no, the real story that I want to tell is about Jesus.
Let me tell you about my Lord and Savior.
The story.
The real story. Yes. The real story is about my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
The ovation. Nah, shout out to you, Baba.
Yeah, no, but thank you so much, man. Thank you.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you've headed for our most frequent visitor, our most frequenting guest.
Vanhu vepa next door.
Vanhu vepa next door. Vepa next door.
Kanongoficha, especially nguva dzekudya.
Imbokazi yatomborume, imbokazi yatombohukure pavanopinda pagedhi.
Unotomunzwa achiti tsek.
Yes, man. And you know what? And again, it has to be said, man.
Yeah.
Of all the art forms in our arts industry and disciplines,
yeah,
I think all these other guys should take a leaf from Zimbabwean stand-up comedians, because the camaraderie, you know, the uplifting, yeah, guys, come on. If hip hop, dance hall, all these other Nangarkini were moving like this, I'm telling you,
tingadai tiri kure.
We would have so much progress.
Kure.
A whole lot of progress.
So, just a quick international news. Mkomana Zelensky.
Yep.
Mkomana, Mkomana Zelensky, Mceli, finally was like, hey, boys rango. Sorry, Chichi. Sorry, Nami.
You're going to feel it. You feel it.
I have been hesitant to get into a deep dive about what's actually, because I'm one who feels like, I have too much on my plate in terms of 20 as a Zimbabwean. I feel like I shouldn't invite stress like that. Do you get what I mean?
You're not subscribing to Kirsty Coventry approach. Do
you get what I mean? I'm not in a position to jump it, because there's certain things that will come across. Like right now, Zelensky is on his way to Saudi Arabia. Shout out to Saudi Arabia as well, because that country somehow, bro. 3 years ago, we were not hearing Saudi Arabia. Maybe 3 years. Let me just say 5 years to be safe. 5 years ago, Saudi Arabia was not involved in the international arena like that.
No, were they not? I mean,
no. I mean, in terms of internationally accepted. I mean, we knew them.
But if you hear Saudi Arabia, you'd think drive.
Exactly. But I mean in the last 5 years, we're hearing them. They are setting. There's a bid for World Cup. The top boxing matches are happening there. These
they're talking about golf.
Do you get what I mean? So that's what I mean. Now all these important mediation meetings are happening in Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia is the mediator. That's crazy branding, bro. I don't even want to get into the connotations of what I'm just saying. You know how we think of Zimbabwe as in kure. All it takes is van very serious about kusimudzira nyika yavo and making. What? Do you get what I mean? That's what I mean.
You are so right, because that PR there.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because once upon a time, if you're going to associate human rights violations and regressive
Exactly.
policies.
Women's
Saudi
place in the
Arabia.
Saudi Arabia, Middle East is the brand ambassadors of women's places in the kitchen. As a matter of
Yes,
fact, that's where that
yes.
phrase came from.
In fact,
They are the ones who,
yes, nye mus, nye fest, nye kit.
Dara, you need to stop doing the Russian accent for everything. It's so crazy how it fits.
It's so authoritative.
It's so but yeah, I say that to say, it just takes a few people being serious and saying like, yo, because the same thing happened in the UAE. You know, aside from it being a desert, that place there was nothing. Now it's the hub of tourism. You think of tourism,
Absolutely.
you think of that. That place was a desert 25 years ago. You know,
Mad.
you think of luxury, you think of opulence, but these are people who could, that's what I mean. But amongst the things that have been said about Zelensky and all this Russia, Ukraine, there's been something that is being mentioned about Ukraine signing the minerals deal. And I don't even want to, I have hesitated to even look at what exactly is being, but Parunzi, Zelensky has to sign a minerals deal. I'm assuming, and I could be wrong, that it involves him conceding something for all the money that he has received. And that sounds hella
So
sketch.
okay. So, oh my God, I'm so glad you brought that up
Yeah,
because I came across something, but again, I'm not too informed.
yeah.
So I don't I never
Disclaimer,
like
disclaimer.
to I never want to speak with such
Yeah,
but what I understand, it was something along the lines of at some point Ukraine, this is going back in your 2014s whatnot,
yeah.
Ukraine asks for a loan from the IMF, something to the tune of some 15 beads.
Right.
That's that figure I seem to remember. I'm going to look for this
Mm,
bit of information and link it to the description in the episode
yeah,
when this comes out, just so that Kanandini Panda Poshera, it can be corrected in
yeah.
that. And so he gets given some options, but the IMF options had its stipulations, and the guy who was the president at that time obviously took the Russia offer, and then from then onwards, the the ball was set rolling for somewhat of a regime change. But
Okay.
again, when we talk about these things, it's nothing new. The US want to start a Vega.
Yeah.
That's just how they do. That's how they operate.
This is
Kanapana,
how we do it.
Kanapana leader Surwita play ball now. They gonna do what they do. If it's working, don't fix it. So apparently,
Yeah.
that's how we arrive at a Zelensky.
Mm.
So if you're now talking about a minerals deal and
Yeah, there's been talk. I've been very hesitant because obviously, whenever I hear minerals as a Zimbabwean, especially in the context of, all the mining that is happening in Zimbabwe, I get triggered. So I was just like, when I think about all the lithium deals that have been made, all these gold deals, all these green, I just said minerals deal. I was like, hey, this is not my problem. I will,
yo
until the information becomes very obvious, as in I'm
and
not I'm not going to go
yeah
out of my way to look for it. But if there's
on a
somebody who,
speculative thing. Yeah.
if there's somebody who is more knowledgeable about these minerals deal and the implications, please let us know in the comments. There's somebody who came and said, guys, 350 biza, it's not like pure Zelensky cash. It's obviously in terms of weapons and green. And I was reading that comment. I was like, I know we look dumb, but
Well,
I
no,
know, but
I know we're joking
I
about,
know we
but
joke a lot. But
yeah, well,
you know what? Have you ever read something and you're like,
You know,
How did I come off when I was saying that? Like, I wonder how I came off when I said that.
like think about the build-up.
Because
Think about the words I used to articulate this line
did
of thought.
did it look like I thought they were giving this man cash? As in 350 beads.
Oh,
Like,
come on. No, come
but
on.
shout out to you guys for always filling in the blanks for us, because you never know. Maybe Rejua, we didn't know, Kuti.
100.
It came as cash and weapons and
but
Canada has a new leader, and apparently this guy there's a lot of excitement because this guy was the governor
wait,
of the Bank
I
of
understand.
England.
Why did Trudeau? He stepped down, didn't he?
He stepped down. Pambach Pisa. That's
Why did he step? What was that all about?
Pambach Pisa. That's the long and short.
That's just the long and short.
Yeah, basically it's a lot without going into it. It's a lot of what was happening within the Conservative Party, where there's just you get to a point where there's no confidence in you as a leader.
Yeah.
Like
But I thought Canada was a largely liberal kind of state. AB. He seemed.
Honestly,
but the Canadians not fucking with him. I thought he was popular.
I then realized, I think Canada gets away with a lot of things because they have all this branding of, they're polite, they're nice,
they're nice. Canadians are nice.
But kune drama said Canada kune drama. I think within the context of them being polite and nice, vatori into my drama twavo, because there was a whole hula baloo. There's even controversy about it's a whole hula baloo about it, because Trudeau mdarawake futi angamboriwo, he comes from a political dynasty, and Chakadaro is not like mdarawake was even green, and I think mdarawake aita zvema dress. There's a whole
like that.
Yeah, but it's so drama rava razosiyana haro nere kuAmerica rekuti unongoshitonzi Trump atorine ma sex tape. Canada
Trump aroti grab by the
Canada havanawo havo drama, but I think pamba kampisira akati, all right, to save the party, I guess.
I didn't really. I thought my man was popular because
me
my
too.
Man would they would on things.
Roll up my sleeves,
then ziri good looking,
ziri
progressive.
Unozati munhu akagona kutaura French ka tinobva takuti dziri multilingual, vet
dzine ka je ne sais quoi.
Exactly. Tiri apana je ne sais quoi taifungwa dzonyadzisira.
I don't know, unenge watotaura something.
Tipei nyaya yedu, Mr. Chirisa, tipei nyaya yedu. We had arrived at the point where you've given her the ting ting and she looks at you and she's like,
no, okay, yeah, spark notes. Okay. Previously on Black and Forth. Telemundo. Porque de centro, previous era Telemundo, Black and Forth, So now, where had I left it? I left it at now she's coming to me on some, hit me with the little sign, right? We go on a young break. I was like, yeah. Listen, I'm gonna hit you with something. Yeah. I go back. I load up on the thing. Data mining. Data mining. Extraction. And I see she has a boyfriend. Right. She had a boyfriend, and the boyfriend was some Asian guy, Indian Pakistani. He looked Indian, and he had long, dark, thick Indian hair, very long hair, and he was a gym guy. He plays cricket on the weekends, this, that, and the other. His thing is open too. Sounds right. So tell me, dudes, yo,
What are you saying?
what else can you see? Grab hands, boom. At this point, I got confidence now. I'm putting a little.
It's too strong.
It's just
The connection.
business. It's the business. So I was like, I see a guy. I see a guy. I see a guy and hair, very dark, thick hair. I look at her, brother, eyes are widening. Like, he looks active. He's not a professional athlete, but he's athletic.
Anozama-zama.
He's athletic. He's very fit. And she's like, she's nodding. And then I got to a point where I was like, nah, yeah, I can't see much. What have you, right? I let it go for a little bit because at this point I realized I can't unleash all my ammo and because I need to
drips and drabs.
I need to drips and drabs. We're here for a long time. We do a few laps.
What was the end goal here? Like what were you now?
So hear me. So now, at this point, I'll be brutally honest. I've now found myself in too deep. A, B, and it's now a matter of me trying to see how far I can push it. It hasn't occurred to me the end goal, which is why I kind of
stumbled upon this.
I abruptly stop it. I stumbled upon it, and now I'm like, oh shit, what is right? And then time passes, boom, boom, boom. At this point, bro, she's kind of putting word around. Like she's like she's kind of saying like, yo, that nigga, that nigga psychic. She's now. When I say she's completely bought into the idea that I see shit, right? And the entire time I'm thinking, how do I convert this to work for me? Because the only reason I'm now here is I fancy this thing. Right. And now in my research and perusals, I realize she has a boyfriend anyway. So now I'm thinking, okay, what wagwan now? So I back into next time Tagorachi, the later nighttime rounds, my chabut. But yeah, so tell me, what else is he doing? Yeah, I come back to it. That I can sense a decision. There's something big. Something is brewing. There's a big decision on the horizon. Now I've gotten to a point where now she's fully inferring it. Bro, guess what she says next?
Yeah.
She's like, yes. There is a big decision. Yes. Not yes, but I sense you're a little unsure. There's a hesitance there. There's a hesitance. He's like, yes. Okay. He asked me to move in with him, and I'm still thinking about it. again. Akurunura ega, bro. She's like, yeah. He asked me he asked me to move in with him. I'm still thinking about it. I don't know. And then she asks me. Should I do it?
With great power.
Now, in this moment, bro, I easily could have said, don't do it. I could have easily said, I see a blonde, curly-haired woman with dark brown eyes, the complete opposite of her. So I can't see anything. Bro, I could have put the idea in her head that guy is seeing someone.
Yeah.
Don't move in with him.
What stopped you?
Like, I'm a moral guy. I can't. That's sleazy.
That was a line too far.
That was a line too far. That really, at that point, that honestly, that would have been a line too far. Because now imagine I do that, and then Sakawati, can we go for drinks? Over to no, and now just fucked up homeboys, future, my girls,
and yours.
And mine. No, well, never mind me. If anything, in all honesty, I was like, which is why I believe I could never scam people.
Yeah, you have to think about
which is I could never scam, like, even seemingly unrelated, even like when with these Mahosio West, the amount of people they were like, yo bro, never know, 10 grand easy. And I was like, because I can't do that. I can't tell you to pay 10,000 and then my hours are no, I can't.
But I worry about how smart we are as people, as individuals. Whenever I think also just in the face of, like, if there's anything that questions or that always confronts our intelligence, it's the supernatural. We almost become
all my days.
We almost become
Mira.
Because I was about to say, oh, this confusion, this girl, I actually believe you're psychic, but still you can't see
imagine.
Like, you can see all these things, but room 32 somehow
ndotoedza kufembera loto but think about it, for real. Ndotoedza kufembera loto ndara ndiri panapa.
And these are things that if she had given herself time, she would be like, wait a minute.
Just 2 seconds to think.
Wait
shift namana.
Wait a minute.
Right now.
Wait a minute.
Right now.
I think whenever, and to be honest, this is not a slight.
So right.
This is not a slight to her, but I've seen situations where whenever we're confronted with the supernatural, we always, like, for however long, tinomira kufunga, like, logic flies out. No. Wait a minute.
Logic,
do you get what I mean? So it's but yeah, let me not.
You are absolutely right. Because the minute and that's crud. Anyway, I couldn't do that. I got so should I do it? And you know what? And it's but beyond that. Like I said, I'm just I see clear. Some people don't know us.
Humility thing.
I'm just
The
a
weight,
young man.
the weight of this talent. Oh,
The weight, it's a burden.
oh,
It's a burden more than a gift.
I'm just Harry Potter. Oh.
I'm just ngori heza.
This is my first year. Oh.
This is I just got into Gryffindor.
Oh. Yo.
Like a philosopher's stone.
Yeah, no.
Fuck.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, a ridiculous joke just. Oh. Oh. It's, linked to the whole. You're doing this on a SOS thing. Oh, just Munashe Chirisa and the chamber of the. I don't know what the chamber of sheep was this.
But the minute you say chamber, because bro, because I do not think I don't think there's any other language, nationality, country that uses the word chamber specifically.
So
nowhere else in the world.
Actually, do you know what the title is? It's Munashe Chirisa and the chamber. There's no chamber of it's not. It's
you fill in the blanks.
Munashe Chirisa and the chamber. And there's a whole. Every Zimbabwean would immediately get it.
Munashe Chirisa and the chamber. That's it. Fuck me. She's in the chamber, Bombeda, bro. Yo.
Right. Hey, we've interjected too much.
That is crazy. No. You're right. I would have been so pissed off if that joke crossed my mind. Waku editor and post production.
Ooh, yeah.
Because true say, I've never heard anybody else associate the word chamber with apart from only Zimbabweans, bro.
Never.
Oh, Munashe is in the chamber. That's it. You know. Anyway, in the room first year, I'm just in the,
Yeah.
Munashe is in the chamber, guys. Come on. And so now we come towards the end of the shift. We're chilling in like the common room area. We've just this girl now, she's proper enamored. She's just any minute she can find, she's trying to hang around me, in case and then again, like I said, she had spoken about this. And then, so now the entirety of this shift in Anshanda, whenever I go, I get on with people. I tend to, I converse now, I know, crack my jokes, because it's not like I was isolated working with just this one go. I'm going to Fambaga and, you meet local stuff, patronirungoji, agents and stuff, and, what have you. So in all my dwellings and movements around this said nursing home, I had come to make the acquaintance of this lady who was a nurse. She was from Cape Verde. She's from Cape Verde, I believe. You never know Cape Verde. Sports. And earlier on, when I was talking to this lady, she had mentioned
this is the Cape Verde lady or the
Cape Verde lady. This is the Cape Verde lady. This Natalia. This is like, this is a completely different.
Right.
She's a nurse. Natalia is
the fellow colleague.
This other lady, I've forgotten her name now. She was a nurse. And at some point, we just made some chit chat, and she was talking about how her son plays basketball. Chakazinga, chakazinga. Brief conversation we had, but for some reason, it's just something that is stuck with me because I also play basketball. So she comes to me now, Vati, young man,
Unaona.
you got the gift of the, or you're in the chamber. You're in the chamber. And then, no, again. And like Nagarkini, I'm getting caught out. I haven't done any prep. Did it Bruce Wayne can fuck up anyone with enough prep time. But can I say prep time is just a nigga in a costume. It's a bit sticky. The sticky ones. Ew.
Don't put me on the spot.
Don't put me on the spot, yo. She puts me on the bro. She puts me on the spot.
Yeah.
Hey, you young man. I hear you've got clairvoyance. Yeah. Come. Show me. I was like, no, like I said to Natalia, I don't know. I'm just a young guy. I'm just first year, Nagrikini, what? No, I just got in platform 9.5. I just arrived. I just got on platform 9.5 right now.
In this
I don't even know where my hostel is. I'm just I haven't even I don't even got the suit.
None of that.
Nothing. Come, I'm fresh. I'm half muggle right now. She's like, nah. Do your best. Hit me. I was like, no, like I said, some people I get, some other people. She's like, no. Do your thing. Do it. So as I hold her hand, hey, homegirl, why do you need to zuma like she's got these charms around her things? I was like, hey, yo!
What is that? Is that an antivirus? What's
that?
Bro, what is this?
I don't know, brother. And again, I know people are gonna look at me and think Munashe is gassy. But on my mother's life, fam, if
please don't do on your mother's life. Your mother just bought us coffees. Like your mother just she's watching.
No,
she's watching this one. Do you know that?
Because
why am I in it?
Because Kandoro, I promise you, I am not lying. Because I am not lying. Because I am not lying. I am not. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do so if I was lying.
But you somebody else except Muna.
Okay, let me. Okay,
Steve. On Steve's life.
Yeah. Yeah. Pops.
On Pop's light.
As I'm gonna Pops my coffee. So yeah. Take that, nigga. Nah, I'm joking. No. But I'm being for real.
You're right.
For real. I swear this. And then she goes, nah, run your thing, bro. I was like, bundles, yo, I'm out of data. The spiritual realm, my reception.
This dial-up connection.
I'm not even getting a dialing tone. Me can't. Shaganzi. Why can't you look me in the eyes, right? And you know what your problem is? You know what your problem is? You've got the monkey brain, right? You know why you can't see? Because your brain is chattering, right? It's chattering. I was like, oh, yeah, I can't say something. Yes, it's because you got the monkey brain, you got the monkey chatter. You need to learn to quiet it, and then you. Recruit, bro. I'm now being confronted by someone who also purports.
Antoona. Oh, manga masangana zvioneso. Madhumana.
Yakatoa cup clash.
Wasangana.
But again, I call bullshit because I know I'm bullshitting.
Right.
She has
Clearly.
to be.
Is this the same person and one of basketball?
Yeah, and one with basketball, right?
Right.
So quiet in your brain. Try. Yeah, backs against the wall. These times, Natalia.
Chaunga chiripo. She's on the live stream. She's watching.
I see a tall young man. Tall, light-skinned, tall. Was that your husband? Is that your husband? My son. It's just. I'm struggling. I'm honestly. It's just the.
You have to sell it, Ka. You have to sell it.
And then she's like, okay, you need to work on your meditation. And then when you come again, I'll give you some tricks and tips on how to quiet your mind. Ndakati, woo! Wow, it's getting late. Shift out better. I'm going to check out on VAT. Walked away from that. And it taught me 3 things, actually. A, be very careful with what you put out on your social media.
Yeah.
Because I can see this happening in a mega church so easily. So easily.
Yeah.
Like munakanzvini varikuya kugospel show kana kuti hey vatenga ticket kana vaita sei and chakuti zita rako more times more often than not, depending on what vaita say with the ticket allocations and seating arrangements, depending on how organized they are. That's information they can easily find. There was this guy, I've forgotten his name, it's James something. He used to be a magician himself once upon a time. And then once he retired being a magician, he had this show. And the premise of his show, oddly enough, oh my God, the premise of his show was anyone, I'm going to look up his name again, put this in the description. His name was James something. The premise of his show was he would challenge any psychic, prophet, medium, whatever, whatnot, to come and prove their gift in front of their live audience on a soundstage in their studio. For a prize money of 10 million. His only conditions were, you come to our studio and whatever props you need, we will provide. If you can do it, our live audience, he did so many seasons of that show. That show, no one, to this day, no one claimed that.
Wow.
No one claimed that. Which was very telling.
Majeta.
Majets, bro.
You know, when it comes to religion, I'm more inclined to believe somebody who sees themselves as a teacher of the word. You know, somebody who's inclined in, teaching people
But
about the
I
word.
took I took the time to understand this word. I've looked at the through lines. I've done the breakdown.
And they understand the consistent theme in their teaching being, people should be good people. You should always strive to be an upstanding citizen, be a good person to your neighbor, be a good partner, be a good wife, be a good husband, be a good business person. That I like those kind of people.
Yeah.
Izvi zvekuda kuzoti nhamo dzenyu dzinopedzwa nechiporofita ningirikini
bro. Yeah, no. I saw it because, again, like you said, a lot of bruv. Fuck, like you were saying, Harry Potter's chamber.
Let's not play.
What are we doing here?
What are we doing?
My powers. What the fuck? Like, but there you have it, guys. And watch what information you put out on social media. You never know. And, it's just that we're all guilty of it. Like, especially nowadays.
And whatnot.
We literally, we overshare. Nhasi ndofembera ndotsvaga email address yako ndoenda ndoti chakuti like just by listening to a few episodes yepodcast ndinoziva kana wanga wakaisa security question yako kuti zvinhu what was your first primary school with enough episodes ndakateerera I might come across that nugget of information. Security question could be high school yako, ndakaenda pa Facebook profile pako unenge wakaratidza work history, school history, boom. It's astounding.
Right. So, I just opened our DMs. We have a story here.
Oh,
shout out to Courage. Hey, wait. I don't know whether I'm supposed to. Let me read the story first and before
tell you what. That's lovely. I love that courage. Oh, I love that person shared the story.
Yeah, shared the story.
Because people say that we have outlandish stories. I'm pretty sure there are people with outlandish as outlandish stories out there. Yeah. So I would implore you all to please, if you feel like
your story is one of those.
I would love to hear your bridgeworthy stories, like 100%. Because I think someone also sent a bridgeworthy story. I'm just forgetting which platform it was, but someone sent me a bridgeworthy story. I was like, this is a bridge one. In fact, I'd like to hear from the babes from how you ever fumbled a baddie. Yeah. Because as the mandem, right? We be fumbling them.
I think that's fire. Ladies, send us stories of how you fumbled a guy that you were into, and
you missed a hint, or
you just, you were giving him directions to go home, and you said, when we get to the robots, and then you're like, no.
Because the girl, I wonder if girls have as many of those as we do, or
I think they do.
Too proud to admit it.
I think they do, but Piara, my baby.
Oh, yeah, my baby.
Piara, my baby
too
have
strong.
Because again, it's not something that anyone ever asked for. It's not something that they never get asked to share.
The PR is so good.
We just assume.
They couldn't possibly
can it
suffer
be?
such else. How
Kana
can
pane
it
vanhu
be?
vanoita airbrush, all that. But please, no, this is a no judgment zone.
Yeah.
Purely for
Self-deprecating,
you know, this is
we
purely
be
for
saying
market
it.
research, no judgment. No judgment. So yeah, man. So I just want to give a quick plug to I want us to start something. I want to see if we can get into something that we can, like, be it a show or a movie that we collectively watch and we come and break it down on the podcast.
Like a book reading club.
Yeah, like a book reading club. It could be a book. We can go.
It could be a book.
It could be a book, but it has to be a short book, something that we can quickly go.
Yeah.
But I know ideally
Yeah.
a show is easy. If it's 30
Yeah.
minutes, 40 minutes, we can dedicate to say.
Yeah.
Then we come and discuss and we make it a
We binge.
group
Yeah,
project.
yeah, yeah,
and we
yeah,
do
yeah.
spoilers and summaries. I think that's something that would be fun to get into.
I'd love that.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
But just a reminder, ladies, tiudze nyaya dzenyu. Another reminder yekuti musama umu pane ma50 amuchatipa. This event hatisati kuziva kuti iri kupi, but we know kuti it's most probably going to be in August, because August haina kana dongwe remvura.
Yeah. And I have a good feeling about this year's summer,
Yeah.
Because you see how early this spring? Did you see
my hints?
Spring has been flirting with the gang.
Last year takasvika July. Kuchiri grey.
Grey as fuck. No.
Someone didn't pay that subscription in summer. Someone didn't drop that bag. Yakabamba, but yo, I know this.
Yeah.
Panika. It's been
because
on
bro, first week of March, I was like, hey, hold on, hang on a minute.
I'll be walking my heater in the morning, kuchukoro, and you're like, yo, I could do this without a bomber jacket,
I could have done.
But I mean, in theory, I'll be looking out like I
could fall for this.
I could
fall for this.
Yeah, but the Zimbabwean in me knows better.
Yeah, I know better. Oh fuck.
There's some dads on the school run. I pick up my face. I'm like, wow.
No. We're not finna about to do that now. Oh now. Oh now. Hey, there's too much dip on your chip.
But yeah, man, this has been, I'm trying to just do a quick scroll to see maybe breaking news that Porter that just came out.
I want to know that breaking news. We can use cast.
A quick selection on Dara Blessed Geza, Blessed Mhlanga is still in jail, bro. His case has been postponed.
Oh shit! I heard man like Gazelle as well. He's been fired from the Zanopy of Adams.
Yeah, and he's on the run. Kirsty Coventry came out and saying, "Hey,
women in jail."
Yeah, but
that there. Hey, listen, I fucks with Kirsty as much as the next guy, but what in the virtue signaling was that, bro?
I hate it. People hate it when we do this. But we're because we're assuming this is something that we've started. But just in case we haven't, Kirsty Coventry is running for president of the International Olympic Committee. And last week she was in Dubai. She met with the president of the International Cricket Committee, Jay Shah, and she was discussing how women in Afghanistan have been banned by the Taliban from participating in cricket. And she was like, Arisibo. And we were all watching like, I can count on one finger the number of times that Kirsty has come out and said anything about anything. Right? But
not even about specifically Zimbabwe, but
about anything. But the number of times that she has spoken about things that are not related, I can count 2 times. Where the first time she came and gave an update on the state of the of the national sports, and a video
Stadium, yeah.
that came today about my bucket seats at the National Sports Stadium. All the other times she's been speaking about international issues. I get people who come, like there's people who've tried to defend it and say, oh, obviously she has to speak about international issues because it's a global.
Ew. What's the
What?
time?
It's 6:04.
Ew, ndofana ndongenda kutotsetsa kaine.
Yeah, totungochirepa apa. People have come out, no, she has to speak about international because she's going on a global platform. And the argument is, that's a very silly argument. Because if there's anything about Zimbabweans, we are people who hype each other regardless of qualifications. We hear Guti, so and so. As a matter of fact, we are people who start supporting Vana Luton because Marvelous Nakamba is playing for Luton. Wolves, because we're people who show up. Leon for Kadewere. And sports, Vana James Manyika, when we found out, oh, Zimbabwe, na Google. Dai zvaipfekerwa majezi zvekugugu tingadai tinoripfeka ranhingirine, right? When we had good, there's a Zimbabwean who has designed the London what we're rooting for those people. The simple fact of the matter is, if Kirsty Coventry had done even a morsel of what she was meant to do as minister, we would be rooting for her. But the argument is very simple. How can you ask to be promoted to be a head girl when you have done nothing as a prefect?
Class monitor.
You have done nothing to, and again, in that same vein, people will be like, no, being a minister is way more complicated. There's things that are budgets. I hear that argument. But being a minister is more than just doing things that Shinoda Mari. Being a minister is coming up with programs and policies. Being a minister is pretty much, if I was to reduce a minister to a layman, being a minister is mirizika. Being seen to do something. Pakanzi paita accident paserapa. Ngatitonzwa kuti pane zvinhu zvawaedza kuita zvikarambwa. Pane tournament yebhora apa. Oh, minister vauya vakacheka ribbon. Hatitorina kana picture yaKirsty Coventry achimirizika kuzvikoro kana achivhura swimming pool kana kunzi apenda swimming pool nyuwani. Do you get what I mean? I'll give the example ya Fortune Chassis. Fortune Chassis akapinda ku Ministry of Energy when it was a mess.
Yeah.
And somehow pane zvinhu zvaakaita where it looked like, to this day no one knows what he actually did, but during his tenure it
people
looked
were like
you know, it looked like pane zvaari kuita, to the extent that
so much so wakunyanya.
I know that because the people that succeeded him at the Ministry of Energy, they are seemingly doing nothing compared to what he did. So clearly, it wasn't just a fact of using money. Whether he was able to motivate people to come up with a plan that worked better, whether he was able to instill fear. What are the things that Kirsty Coventry has done for the benefit or for the development of Zimbabwean sports from a grassroots level, even to say, all these sporting facilities that are now defunct and dilapidated, all these sports halls, kunoisa tennis courts, or just I'm showing up kuma prize giving, or kungopa vanhu mabhora, or kuvura park chaiyo. You cannot tell me kuti all these things are things that require. All right, even if you say kuti there are things that require, why has she not resigned? If she feels so hamstrung, kuti I am being limited in my job.
She feels so hamstrung.
If she feels like they have not allowed her to do her duties to the best of her abilities, why has she not resigned? She has been minister for at least 7 years. For at least 7 years.
Fuck.
Why has she not resigned and said, you know what? Because if she resigns, and she's still going to be the most decorated African Olympic. Olympian.
Yeah,
Olympian.
absolutely.
She's still going to do the most, and she can still run for those international without this black mark of never having done. Because, bro,
but that previous spill can actually be something that might actually tarnish your record.
I don't want to be rooting for people just because Hansi Kirsty and somebody said Hansi, Inina, I will still root for Kirsty as long as she doesn't steal Nemadara. Just because I'm on a headline, I'm at my owner. And since when is that, like, bro? That's beyond bare minimum.
Yeah,
this person.
Listen, I would rather ube uri effective. Bro, England, is run by Vanuvar Kuba, but it's effective. So that's why no one gives a fuck.
When it gets to doing the things, do the things, bro. I want to hide behind.
Is really functionable.
Uruda varidzira mumwe munhu ane chipo chekuba as a minister, but achishanda by taking up that position.
I mean, in the landscape, Zimbabwe, very.
But again, I don't know how far true that is, because how would she have kept this position for 7 years? Kana pasina somehow pasina zvaanoziva zvatingazive, because clearly there is no one who is familiar who can argue kuti Kirsty Coventry ane zvaari kuita.
Pangwangori zvake non-threatening vanoziva kuti haasi kuda kunokora ari bhoha, haasi kuda kuburitsa mafairi evanhu and
everything that you know about ZANU-PF knows kuti that it's not enough to keep a job. As a matter of fact, kana utoriwo usingabe pavanhu vanoba, you are the biggest threat. Because zvakafana Mr. Chisa, hey, tokonasvika mangwana. Any last words? Any parting words?
Parting words, my Jesus. Thank you. Episode 50 soon come, half century.
Yeah. Big shout out to everybody who smashed that like button. I can tell you for a fact with you guys, Mnotera. Let me just give you the quick rundown. Our previous episode. Yep. Just to show you the discrepancy of what you guys were doing previously. Just
why is what you guys were doing?
I am sorry, I come off aggressive when it comes to these things. Episode 42 has 9,700 views, right? And it has 395 likes. Episode 43 has 12,000 views, 1,000 likes, and 300 comments.
Would you look at that?
Episode 41 has 14,000 views, 500 likes, and 229 comments. All right. So shout out to you guys for smashing the like button. Big up to you, Tisharamba Tishibika. Catch you guys next week.
Yeah. Welcome. This is Black and Ford. Two black kings and we got that sauce. They don't really make them like we know more. Back chop teddy that cause we know more than anybody you know. Jokes. Kova chango shika madiko my boss. Hano pakazada my friends, name my ops munu wese adi welcome. This is Black and Ford.